The Gyuji was written by the elder Yuthok Gonpo, who lived from 708 to 833 AD. Peerless amongst healers, Yuthok exemplified the combined ideal of the Tibetan healer and the accomplished man of religion, who was also well versed in the healing sciences and who brought the wisdom and compassion from the former to the latter. During the great 5th Dalai Lama, his regent Desi Sangye Gyatso, one day on his usual round of circumambulating the Lhasa Jowo, in the year 1696, he set up the first medical college at Lhasa, Chagpuri. Tibet has been invaded, occupied, and annexed by the People's Republic of China. This Chinese Communist government has made a systematic effort to exterminate Tibetan religious belief and cultural identity, resulting in the deaths of over 1 million Tibetans. It has destroyed all but 13 of Tibet's 6,267 significant monasteries. It has established large colonies of Chinese settlers throughout Tibet, defended by up to 500,000 troops, whose presence and abuse of land, wildlife, and natural resources have badly damaged the fragile Himalayan ecosystem. The Dalai Lama came to India, carrying on his young shoulders the burden of preserving the ancient wisdom of his land in exile. Over the last 46 years, many institutions have been replicated. Mensi Khang, or the Tibetan Astro-Medical Institute at Dharamshala, is one such institution.
Medical system itself, you see, often emphasize the importance of the sincere motivation, the physician side. The practice of compassion or sense of caring, and especially when they sort of, as a meeting with patients, the genuine sort of sense of caring and sense of concern about the patient is extremely important. Every field, both sides, you see, showing or having the genuine human warmth, then immediately, interact or the connections immediately become warm and sound and something very positive. If that's not there, even between the teacher and the student, in I think every field, without a human feeling, then it almost automatically becomes very cold and very dry. This really shows concern, and I think I usually call human spirit. Then, you say, according to my own experience, then I usually feel, oh, now should be okay. I can totally rely on his advice, his or her advice, or the treatment. But the physician side, the way of expression is such cool and not much sort of human feeling, only just as a professional way. Then sometimes I myself also sometimes feel a little cool or a little uncomfortable. So that's, I think, human nature. Although it is very ancient, seems, I think, still very relevant to today's world. So my hope is there's a different sort of medical system, like allopathic medical system, and Tibetan medical system. Actually, I think the Tibetan medical system is, I think, developed on the basis of Indian system, Chinese system, then I think Unani or something from I think the Middle East side is developed, and then local Tibetan ancient medical system, all according to the medical sort of history, the Tibetan medical history. I think 8th century there was some kind of I think the international seminar on medicine. So participant Chinese, Indian, some I think the Persian, and the local Tibetan physician. So therefore, it is something I think they synthesized. I think the system, and still I think the more sort of research, more synthesis according to with the allopathic medicine, I think would be useful. So that's my sort of view. And also, I think my sort of the observation, the recent development of Tibetan medical system, it seems quite clear now. In certain illness, for certain illness, especially what we call chronic illnesses, the Tibetan medicine usually is work quite well. Quite often, some patient who had even very expensive sort of treatment, but then still the problem there. Then after taking Tibetan medicine on longer period, then sometimes good result happen. Of course, we can't say it's 100%, but there are often, you see, such cases they happen. Then according to my own experience also, as a preventive measure, the Tibetan medicine really works very effective. Sorry? But long run, and also the Tibetan medicines, I think one of the good aspect is usually we take Tibetan medicine with the consideration of the patient's sort of whole body situation. So the medicine, taking the medical sort of care is more holistic way. So through that way, less side effect. And then, as I mentioned earlier, in certain sort of field, the Tibetan medicine really, as a preventive measure, I think excellent result. Then, when you practice, usually the physician, also the religious person or believer. So, and also some the Buddhist teaching, Buddhist sort of the scriptures also, have some the explanation about how to sustain good health, and some medicines also is mentioned. So therefore, when the people practice some of the religious concept, also bring.
Within the body, this balance has been described as the three principal energies that will determine the state of health. Physiologically, the body consists of the three humours or nipas.